Hi there, YouTubers. This is just kind of a goofy fill-in movie. I was watching YouTube, I don't know, last night or the night before, probably the night before. I might have to find it. I don't remember the name. I should write this stuff down because I'm just too senile to remember it. But the guy was putting up this stuff, which was poplar siding, on the side of a little cabin he was making. And he bought it down, I think it's South Carolina or something like that. But I was just cleaning up back here and looking at this. I don't know what he paid for it. Here I am throwing the stuff away and he's paying for it. He can come up here and clean this up. But they made it into siding. But I was cleaning it up, thought of it, and said, holy cow, that's kind of neat. I mean, he gets it someplace and I guess it's peeled off just the right time because this stuff is pretty peely. And then it looks like they flatten it real flat, so he doesn't have to do that. But it was kind of neat. I came back here to get the tripod because I'm getting ready to do another movie down there, and I thought, well, I saw this and thought I'd just kind of throw a little bit in the bucket here while I'm back here. There's always cleanup to do, but I'll tell you what, the siding, I mean, he did a real nice job. It looks good. If this is just kind of a fill-in movie anyway, because I cut a couple logs and you guys didn't see it just because it chews up so much time doing that. It's like this chews up time, and I'm just goofing off right now, procrastinating working on my steps. I did the steps yesterday, which I'm going to do in a movie and probably go over it in a little bit. Well, I worked on steps the last couple days. Oh, these are big pieces here. The other ones I sawed into pieces. It was that great big flat piece I think I showed you. I don't know what movies. Sometimes I make movies and I lose them, all that kind of stuff. This could dry out and be campfire wood. I'm not going to put it in the boiler, even though you could. But there's no heat value in that crap. It was just, I mean, you get a fire and you get heat out of it. But in wood, when you're burning wood, this is where all the ashes and stuff come from when you're cleaning. If you burn good heartwood without any bark on it, your fireplace will go a long time before you have to clean it. You do, and the only reason I know this is because I burn slab wood in the boiler, those heavy slabs, and you got to clean it. When I put in heartwood, or Cadillac wood as I call it, somebody else is now calling it premium firewood, which I've been doing that for years, calling it Cadillac wood. Has no bark on it. You don't have to clean out the boiler or your fireplace. That's the reason I started that is years ago. Dang on, that doesn't even want to go over. Hold on a second. I think I got a persuader back here somewhere. I don't know how much. Sometimes that's just too aggravating. Doesn't even saw nice with all that stringy stuff on it. Then it clogs the saw up. I forgot what I was talking about when I got so rudely interrupted. Now I've been calling it Cadillac wood for quite a few years now. Somebody else on YouTube now calls it premium firewood or something like that. It is premium. It's you're not going to get any better than wood without bark, without sapwood. And it, put some down here. I'm guessing you're in the movie. Sometimes I screw up. Maybe you're not in there. Boy, it'd be nice to have a camera person, wouldn't it? Maybe that's better. Maybe you didn't see anything. You won't know until you get it on the computer tonight and check it out. But easier just saw some of these in That one's easier sawed in half too. I have to fold it in 3 places. Ain't much better. This stuff is so stringy. I think that's what heated up my saw blade a couple weeks ago. I think one of those strings got down in there between the guide and the blade, and just zero clearance. So it heated up. Oh my goodness. You guys don't realize that sawing a log is the easiest part of making wood. The machine does that. All the cleanup, stacking, all that kind of crap, stickering. That's the hard work. It takes time. Sawing a log probably only takes 20%, 25% of the time of getting this stuff together. And it's still slippery. I mean, it is. This stuff is just slippery. I cleaned up all these leaves once back here. You'd never know it, would you? Look at this. That's what I'm saying. That crap gets into everything. I think that's what happened. But I don't really like the way it's sawing since I played with it. I'm gonna put the guides back to where they were, because I knew where they were. Well, that gets a lot of it up. There's still some more back here. I'll work on that later. There's enough goofy movie, wasting time movie, just to fill her in. But it ain't always all sawing or. Whew. There's that big log. Somebody was asking me the other day, because I was sawing something. So why don't you turn it up so you get that? Well, if I turn it up this way, I'm going to get a crack. It goes down about 10 inches in each one of these. I'll get a crack in each one of these. Here I get one nice board this way on the top if I need that. I sawed 2 pieces of this off the other day and used them on the steps. Yesterday and used them on the steps. If I turn it up, then I got a crack here, so I get the first cut, and this board here will come off. Or if I flip it over this way, so yeah, I can understand why he was asking that, but really doesn't make much difference. You know, if you got checks, you got checks. What else was somebody asking me? Oh, somebody asked me today, which was kind of an interesting question, which I guess I'll address. Why I can't saw on the way back? Will this blade saw on the way back? Yes, it could. It doesn't care which way it saws. But let's go over a few of the things why you can't do this, in case, I guess he doesn't know anything about sawmills, but if he watches them a lot on YouTube, you'll see a lot of the band mills will saw forward, then backwards, and forwards, and backwards. Well, they got teeth on both sides, but they're always pushing down, is one thing. The other thing, maybe that's the only thing, they're always pushing down. But basically, you need your log on a bed. So there's, on this mill, there's 4 nice even beds, or whatever you want to call them, and they're dogged down in the top. Now, if I wanted to saw in reverse, the blade, it's got what they call lead into it. So the blade is not straight, although it looks straight to you guys. If you get over here, that thing looks straight, and you think it's straight. It's not. It's got what they call lead in it. So in the back, it's further over that way by, I don't know, this mill here might be a 1/16 of an inch lead in it that way. So when the back of the blade goes through, it doesn't hit it. I don't know exactly why they put lead in the blade, but they do. I just know it's something got to be there. So if you're sawing this direction, your lead would be out of it. So then as you're coming through, this part of the blade would be sticking further out. So that would mess you up there. Number 2, when you're going that direction, it's pushing down onto a nice flat held in bed. If you're coming back the other way, it'd be raising it up, so it'd want a tendency to raise the log and go over. It would just be a mess of mess. So no, you can't really do that on a circular saw. The saw could do it, but the rest of the setup. Another thing, when I saw this way, the board comes off on the downhill, which goes to my loading side. If I saw the board this way, it'd be to my log loading side, and then I'd be sitting here with a board with you know, no real place to put it. I mean, I sometimes will put them back on the log deck. You know, you're not consistent in what you do every time, but other than sawing in one direction. So I just don't think that's going to be an option on a circular mill. Don't know of anybody that did it. I don't know that I guess I'd be interested in watching somebody do it, but I like to watch them on YouTube, because you could get hurt seriously good on that one. Anyhow, I got this so much for sawing one way. There was another person asked me a question about my saw guide, so I'm going to try to put I've been trying to do this for a couple years. This mechanism here, I came back to get some measurements on it. This is basically what it looks like, which this is what puts everything in neutral. Now, I made this years and years ago before I had anything to make it good out of. Looks like there might be a bolt missing there. No, it's down in there. Frick's way of doing this thing is just a spring-loaded thing, and it wasn't real. It just didn't work real good. I've seen a lot of people with these mills with hinges and all this kind of stuff, and this works pretty good. It might need to. You can see it kind of wobbles. I got it. It's worked its way looser than it was years ago, but it still works pretty good. I mean, the stroke on this is only maybe, it's not very far, and I like my handle basically straight up. Anyhow, I'm going to do a video on that. I'm putting that stuff together, but it might take me, well, I've been 2 years trying to put it on, but I'll try to do better than that. So anyhow, that's a little bit of cleanup. Now I'm going to go down to the other mill and show you the steps, but the steps video is going to come on before this video comes on. So over and out on this one. Do me a favor, hit the like button if you would. Take time if you kind of like this movie. If you didn't, send it to somebody you didn't like, and maybe you like the next one better, so you should subscribe. Over and out for now. Thanks for stopping by. Got to figure out how to turn it off.